Okay, so now we've got this super cool guy cut out, right? I mean, from our little selection, the magic wand tool here. Um, Basically, this is a really easy one. What we're going to do is define a brush from this guy, so I can just stamp this guy all over the place. Now, the brush itself, and what we'll do is we'll load this thing first, or we'll define the brush. So I've got this guy selected, and the image size shouldn't be too large. Brushes actually have, to define a brush, they've got a limit in size. Um, I haven't really experimented to see how big it is, but if the define brush thing is blurred or grayed out, that means your image is too big or the resolution is too large for it to support. So basically all you want to do is just select whatever layer you have you want to define, then you go to edit, define brush preset, and I'm going to call this something. Let's call this skater. Done. Now that's a brush now. So I'm going to go to my brushes, and I'm going to pull up my tools palette here, go to my brush presets, and you'll see right down the very bottom here, there's all my nice little splatter brushes and stuff that I've loaded up, gotten from Smashing Magazine. So there's my skater guy. So I'm going to load this guy up, and there's my dude. So I can go ahead, for example, I don't want to mess with the color balance. I want to make a new document. And let's make this, I'll just go to web. Make this 1200 by 600. And I'm going to pop this guy. I guess it would help if I picked a nice color. We'll just use black for now. There you go. See how nice and tiny he is? So we'll make him bigger. There we go. And I'm using a, wow, pretty cool. It gets a little clunky because I'm actually recording this as I go along. I'm also using a tablet, so it's pressure sensitive, so we'll try to reduce some of the stuff here. So anyway, and then you can stamp this guy wherever. And notice how it's stamping it just in the grayscale. Brushes are just one value only. And they actually take on the effect or all of the values inside. So depending on how you use it or what brushes you make, they may value in opacity. So they may not be 100% opaque. For example, see this guy here, his face. If I stamp over top of him, you can still see his face below it, even though I just stamped, it right over top. So anyway, that's how you make a brush. And you can make brushes however. These brushes here, for example, these are huge. Notice how the brushes that I'm selecting, they appear like massive on the screen. That's only because the resolution is 72 pixels per inch. If I was to make a new document and say, for example, I go to some of the print defaults, 300 dpi, which is something you web guys really don't touch, but I do. My brush is a lot smaller. The brushes themselves are resolution dependent. So if you're using a high resolution designs like 300 dpi and up, the brushes you need to make decent effects have to be like really huge. Whereas if you're web design dude, the same brush size, because it's a 72 pixel inch screen size, the brush is going to appear huge. And sometimes actually Photoshop has trouble rendering the darn things out. There you go, done. So I mean, you can do whatever you want, and notice how it's still it's not 100% opaque. So anyway, there's a little thing about brushes, and come back for more. Thanks.